Today we're talking about faith and faith's correlation to pivoting. Now, when it comes to building anything, you have to have a certain amount of conviction or vision. Now, vision is the genesis of all greatness. And when it comes to building something great, you have to have vision. So, the reason I say that faith is correlated to pivoting is because, well, before we get into that, let's define faith here. In some contexts, faith can be something as simple, here, let me fix this. In some contexts, faith can be something as simple as your knowing in a higher power. In other contexts, faith can be as simple as your knowing of something, your certainty of something, your belief. But the thing is that belief and faith do differ. Belief and faith do differ. When you have belief, it is a belief. When you have faith, it is a knowing. So, faith is convicted belief. Like, the most amount of conviction that a belief can have is faith. I know we're beating a dead horse. It might seem like we're beating a dead horse here, but what you have to understand is that this is the root, this is the foundation of identity. When it comes to my unwavering faith, my unwavering conviction, this is a large part of my identity, my unconscious identity. I know that it is going to work out. I know that it is. At the root of my core, I know, I sense, and it's deeper than belief. I know things are going to be okay. Even if they're stressful in this moment, things are going to be okay. This is a part of my identity. Now, when it comes to pivoting, part of riding the wave that I've talked about. So like, if you think about going through life and orienting yourself in the waters of life, you're in an ocean. You're listening for waves. Sometimes there's not waves. Sometimes there's waves are coming and you got to catch the waves, right? I love this metaphor of life because it's so accurate and so true as to how a human being actually experiences life. So, living in a state of scarcity, living in a state of fear, you are hovering in the water, thinking to yourself, what if a wave doesn't come? What if a wave doesn't come? What if another wave doesn't come? Oh no. You have faith that a wave isn't coming. And funny thing is that waves might already even be coming. You're just not paddling, or you're not in the right spot of the water, or you're not looking for it. When you know that a wave is coming, you're looking for it. You are receptive to that wave's materialization in your reality. And sooner or later, you're going to find a fucking wave, and you're going to catch that thing. So, how does this apply to pivoting? Well, let me practically contextualize it in my own paradigm, in this reality. I woke up this morning, and the first thing that came to mind is that I was going to do a seminar. I was going to host a seminar. I was going to host an event, a pop-up seminar in this space that I've been working out of, and it's going to be pretty much like a show. But basically what I'm doing here, I'm going to do on stage in front of people. And I'm going to break down, I'm just going to put on a seminar. Okay? This is something that if I'm honest with myself, I know that this is going to make or break an identity that is presenting itself. if I don't do this, then I won't be able to live with myself. I'm gonna feel like a bitch. If I don't do this, I'm gonna feel like a bitch, and I won't be staying true to who it is that I know that I am deep, deep down. This is something that I am equipped for. This is what the universe is calling me to do to level up. Now, the funny thing is that I'm still building my app. The funny thing is that I still need runway. But right now, surfing in this wave of life, this seemed like it just, out of all of the calculations that are going on in my subconscious and in my spirit, in my soul, this is one that I have to do this. I have to listen to this. And so even on paper, it might not make sense. It might seem like, what are you doing? You have to raise money. You have to, relax. We are doing what we have been called to do. And it's going to be okay. And it's going to be okay. Do you understand? This is where my faith lies. This is what I feel. This is what I, it's not even what I feel I've been called to do. It is a knowing. I have been called to do this, and therefore I am doing this. And whether or not you want to reduce this or reverse engineer this feeling or this knowing to be a subconscious analysis of all of the data that has presented itself to me, and the conclusion that has been drawn based off of the processing of that data, if that's what you want to call it, we can keep it strictly psychological and analytical and secular. That's fine. It doesn't matter. To me, it's all the same shit. And to me, my intuition is so tapped in that it'll come full circle. I have high confidence that the initiative of what I'm doing is either A, going to build a certain skill set that I need, or B, reinforce an identity that I need. And so that's what we're doing. So the real question that you've got to ask yourself is, where does this apply in your life? Wherever it makes sense to you, take it and run with it. I can't teach people how to have faith, but what I can do is I can show them my faith. I can show them what faith looks like. When contested, I stand. When challenged, I stand. Thy will be done. Not mine. This is the singularity. And what will be, will be. Let go. Let go. And it will be okay. Cool. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time. Peace.